Whistler Bike Park, baby. We've never been here before, which feels like a little bit of a sin. But it's been a couple years in the making and we're finally here. We want to be hitting up all of the iconic trails that we've been dreaming about since we were little mountain bikers, like the A-Lines of the world, even the Crank It Ups of the world, and the Dirt Merchants of the world. There's obviously some tech here that we'll check out eventually, but our interest really lies in the jump trails, I would say. So what I'm hoping today, since this is a brand new bike park, for us, we're going to be taking it slow, trying to understand how the builders are here, what the trails are kind of like, what the vibe is, just to give us a kind of a theme so we know what to expect as we hit bigger and bigger features throughout this week. Probably taking it a little bit slower, a little bit more cautiously than we would at Angel Fire, because of course we know that place like the back of our hand. But I'm imagining this place is going to be built pretty freaking perfectly. It's going to be crazy. Let's go. New bike parks are always a little bit of a slow start. Always trying to figure out what the vibe is of the builders, what the vibe is, like jump wise. And you know what's funny, like it's maybe not smart to make assumptions, but a place like Whistler, I'm assuming every single jump is built pretty dang close to perfect. Whoa, that was sick. But I'm not just gonna fly blindly into stuff, full gas. Kinda gotta see, because I know for a fact, like Angel Fire, for example, our home park, I think the guys who build some of the bigger jump lines there are more so like moto guys, as in the faces are pretty flat and the landings are pretty flat. And so far, the takeoffs here are a lot steeper, loftier, which is actually super comfortable. Trying to like get a feel for the jumps, like
yeah.
A lot of people that we ride with say that it's a lot steeper here.
Those are pretty rolled over.
They're mega rolled over. Yeah, this is a blue trail, so it'll be kind of hard to tell, but good to kind of see the vibe. Wow, that's what's up. No way. Money. Wow, these are beautiful. Wow. Man, those berms are good. Jeez. Show you like the rest of it feels like?
Yeah, I think that's the hope.
Yeah. This was our very first lap ever down the world famous A-Line. This trail has been on my YouTube and Instagram feed ever since I started mountain biking, and this felt like a very epitome type trail. I did come into this trail with a lot of imposter syndrome, and I was really worried that I was going to have none of the skills required to ride something like this, so I was actually quite nervous initially. I would love to know what other trails are out there in the world, or for you guys personally, that you see as like the absolute apex trail, in your opinion. While I was really nervous and had a little bit of imposter syndrome, I also really wanted to dial up my confidence because I know that I have improved so much as a rider, honestly, even just over the past year. And I knew that my jumping skills were dialed, I didn't want to get overwhelmed at the hype of the trail, and I really wanted to make sure I could stay focused and ride my first lap safe, even though I was deep down really excited.
I enjoyed
this
that.
first lap honestly felt like an out-of-body experience.
They were large. Okay, I think we could peel off on some spots, you know, feel it out piece by piece. Yeah, let's fucking ride some mainline, bitch. Oh my God. Oh! No.
I would like to think that everybody who's really into jumping bikes and has ridden A-Line for the first time probably had a pretty similar reaction to me. I could not stop laughing at every single jump we hit because it just threw you perfectly. Like, it was so much fun.
Unreal track. So unreal. That was big. That was the easiest trail I've ever ridden. That was beautifully built. Oh my God. You okay, buddy? Yeah, sweet. Whoa! Oh, sick. This is it. Hell yeah. You're clear. Sick. Little brapper. Sweet. Sick. Oh. Oh, sketch. Holy brake bumps. That's a huge lip, major amplitude. Oh, huge bumps. All right, and this is a moon booter up here for sure. Huge. Wow, that's sizable. That's a moon booter. Okay, I saw that huge wall. I was like, all right, this is the fucking moon booter. Crazy to see.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was buzzing after this first lap. My confidence was through the roof. Sure, I cased quite a few of the jumps and was a little bit overwhelmed with the moon booter and then this step up at the very end, but everything felt so achievable as long as you could just remember where to hold some high corners and where to maybe give yourself a few extra pedals. So stoked for more laps.
That's sick.
That was better. Big step down. Holy step down. Into the one that everybody watches. Oh, so good. Oh, that felt amazing.
I just have to give her a little pedal.
I felt super good. Maybe I'm a follower now.
I gotta put my shit together. So wait, I knew coming into this that I think it's the Garbo lift, ruins fenders.
It's Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons. And I broke this on the way to Madeira, and I was like, I want to keep the broken fender for Whistler.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Exactly. lofty the jumps are compared to like big holes.
Okay, on to the start of day 2. Sam and I felt really, really confident after our first day and felt like A-Line was very well within our wheelhouse and we had a lot of fun. So our goal today was to be quite aggressive and push for starting to see Dirt Merchant. So we wanted to warm up on A-Line and try to put it in our mind that that was a quote unquote easy trail for us. So we could start building that confidence to start looking at bigger features and actually start attacking Dirt Merchant with a little bit more energy and confidence early in the day. So let's go see how that goes. I know yesterday, like, we came in here with pretty high expectations. I think a little bit nervous that we were like, oh my God, what if all this is too hard? The good news is, I think the park is erring on the easier side than what we were expecting, which is fantastic because it's giving us really good confidence. But I feel like that's one of the things too, whenever you do come to a new bike park, you kind of have to come with like a little bit of a flat expectation of being like, if it's really, really hard, don't be disappointed if you don't hit the stuff that you're expecting to hit. And then if it ends up feeling easier, then great, go hit all the things that you wanted and make a sick at it.
See, I felt the opposite.
Yesterday you struggled.
Because everyone that we ride with downplayed it so much. They were like, I do A-Line as a warm-up lap with a 6-year-old and like
but
all
we
this
also
stuff.
do A-Line as a warm-up lap now.
But like I really struggled with that because it is massive, it is difficult, and I was like, God, am I terrible? And everybody expects me to be so freaking good.
Yeah.
But like, it is hard, and it took me a couple to feel good on it.
Yeah,
and actually following, I felt a lot better.
Yeah, I guess to say like, A-Line's it's a big trail.
And like, don't downplay
No,
stuff.
you absolutely need to have jumping skills, but like the thing is, all we do is jump bikes, right? So like, it was very easy for us to adapt to the type of building that's out here. But like, if you're really, really good at tech, I think you would come out here and ride a trail like Schleyer and be like, yes, I'm totally equipped to do those types of things, right? So I think that is something worth saying, that like, everybody comes to Whistler and everybody wants the Hollywood videos of you like doing the moon booter on A-Line, right? And it's like, if that's not your goal or your game, who cares? I do feel like though, the reason that a lot of our friends were like, you guys are gonna love A-Line, you're gonna love Dirt Merchant, is because all we do is jump bikes.
Yeah.
And they see that we're really, really good at jumping bikes. And so they're like, oh my God, you guys are going to have fun on those trails. So I take that as a compliment, I would say.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's probably meant to be, but
it's
I
a
still
lot
think
of,
you should like let people warm up.
it's a lot of pressure. Yeah, because like, yeah, I don't know. Whistler's a weird place because everybody talks up a pretty big game. But at the end of the day, it's just another bike park with really, really nice trails and really nice builders that know what they're doing. So I'm excited to get on Dirt Merchant. I think the trail looks beautiful. And you know, if it's great, it's great. If it's really difficult, we'll take our time and work through the features. Holy cannoli! Dirt Merchant is open. Guys, this is like the first time I'm gonna put my eyes on the Dirt Merchant. Am I gonna get emotional? Probably. I literally cry at everything. It's over here, babe.
Okay.
Or is it down there?
I don't know.
Bruh.
Yeah, I know.
Probably up here.
It's trying to communicate with me. I believe we are near him, and he has wares. He has wares.
Dirt.
Sweet little loam. Sweet, sweet loam. Oh my God, look at him. What a king. Look at him. I'm gonna go be a tourist and look at the Dirt Merchant. Holy shit. We found it. It's Dirt Daddy. We gotta hug him, guys. He's short. Everyone loves a short king. I found him. Tell me the beta. Damn, guys, we're here. This shit's crazy. The tall knuckles left, and it brings you into a right-hand corner. And then beyond that, I'm too nervous to remember.
I've watched a million videos.
Yeah, but now that we're here, it's like, oh.
I've never seen it. The only thing I know is the big hit.
The big hip. Yeah, and I was like, I don't even know if we're gonna be on the pro line on this first lap. Honestly, guys. Oh, sick. Whoa. Okay, she's bigger. Let's go. How big? Oh, mega small, mega small. Into a huge table, huge table.
Yeah, 2 huge tables.
Sweet. Okay, huge table into another huge table, which I think we could straight line all of these. Okay, that hips. Nice. Okay, so these are all big step ups, which is super cool. Okay, into another drop. Whoa, super cool, whoopsies. Table? Yeah, okay, that's a really small table. Sweet. Okay, this is like a false double. All right, let's definitely stay on rutabaga. Okay. Those are bigger, but a lot of step ups actually.
Pretty doable.
Totally. Cool.
So you guys will notice that Sam and I rode the double black part of Dirt Merchant and then Ripon Rutabaga pretty slowly. We have never been on this trail. We never saw this trail. So we first off wanted to be really mindful that we weren't going to be going in front of somebody who was going to be riding the trail at trail speed. Because we've never seen these before, our standard way of attacking a bigger trail like this is going really slow and trying to actually verbally talk out what the features are feature after feature. One of the things we noticed on Ripon Rutabaga was it was actually quite technical. There were a lot of sharp corners going straight into relatively steep tabletops. And so for me, it's kind of helpful for me to actually narrate what the trail is doing. And so we weren't really slow on this, but it was for us to kind of map out what the trail looked like. So then our next run could be a little bit more aggressive and actually start clearing some of the features. Let me know, when you guys start attacking bigger trails that you've never been on before, is this a pretty similar approach? I also really do wish we kind of had somebody who was a local at the park where we could have just, more so blindly have followed in. But Sam and I do really enjoy working through new trails together. So this was actually a really fun process for us.
So this trail is definitely more technical than A-Line. A lot like sharper corners, steeper corners. Nice. Okay, cool. That was good to get a vibe of that. Nice little step up. Cool. Okay. So definitely a lot more technical than A-Line.
After doing solo on A-Line, do I feel like such a goober?
But I felt like a huge goober on that. Well, the corners were all pretty technical. They were a lot tighter, steeper. You definitely have to know the flow on that.
Yeah.
All right, back on A-Line. So that whole trail actually ends really high. This is like only zone 2 of A-Line. But good to get the same type of step ups. Just like, I feel like the corners and the entrances to the jumps are way less technical on A-Line in general.
Comes another lap. Dirt Merchant still working on cleaning this up. I'm continually surprised. The jumps are so small. They're just more technical.
I'm just gonna do a quick pause and a quick note. We keep using the term small. Oh, that's a small step up. These jumps are so small. We're not doing that to gaslight anyone. Honestly, if anything, we were saying it to gaslight ourselves into just being like, these aren't big, these are no big deal. The jumps were pretty large. They just ran so well that they didn't feel that big. I will say, Whistler is one of the only places I have ever been to where the GoPro effect almost feels opposite. Everything looks huge, but it runs so well that it doesn't actually feel that big. Just wanted to clarify that. Honestly, even while I was editing this video, it almost feels a little unbelievable that we were hitting some of the things that were on this video because they actually do look so huge.
Nice. All right, remember there's a big jump around this corner. Yes, that's it. Man, what a clean run. Sick.
I go missing at this point in the video because my front brake caliper actually ruptured. Luckily, we caught it before we dropped into any trails. I actually caught it at the top of the mountain, and I limped down the green trail, which was actually really fun. And I went to the shop to grab a new front brake assembly. So Sam continued on Dirt Merchant while I tried to swap my front brake assembly really quickly. So he's gonna run through this a few times alone, but I will be back. I just have to fix a broken brake.
Wow. Wow. And pull for it.
Okay, spoiler alert, that day ended actually really abruptly for me. I was really rushing to change my front brake assembly, but I kind of caught myself before I started doing the work and I said, hey, we have multiple days at the bike park. I don't need to be rushing through swapping out a whole assembly and accidentally making a mistake. And so I actually didn't really end up being able to get back on the trails on this second day. Sam was able to really clean up Rutabaga in not that many runs, which was incredible in my opinion. I was a little upset that I missed about half of a day of riding, but again, I wasn't gonna let it get in my head because we had multiple days and I'd much rather have safe operating equipment than shoddily slap something together and accidentally hurt myself halfway down a really difficult trail. So with that being said, we're really, really happy with how our first 2 days at the bike park went. We're gonna take a little bit of a breather and actually go ride some trail, maybe go try to find a technical trail here or there to see if we can enjoy the goods in the Whistler and Squamish area, but we will be attacking the Dirt Merchant Pro line very heavily in the next few days. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think these trails actually look kind of easy or do they look totally impossible? Do you think our approach at these trails, considering we didn't really have anyone to follow in, was the best way to do it? And are these trails that you guys are interested in, or are you more interested in the tech at a place like Whistler Bike Park? Let me know. But next week we will be hitting some single track, and we cannot wait to show you what some of these juicy slabs in BC look like. Catch you guys next time.